Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about a book that I read recently, the one you see in the background. The title is Sprint. The subtitle gives more details about what the book conveys. How to solve big problems and test new ideas in just 5 days. I know what you're thinking. I was also thinking the same way. 5 days looks too little to solve problems. Forget big problems. In fact, we all use 5-day units to think about our work. When we look at a project, we think of it as weeks, 5 weeks, 4 weeks, 10 weeks, 15 weeks, 200 weeks, and so on. So we are okay with 5 days or 1 week, 1 work week as a unit of measure. But if you take just 5 days, it looks too little. What can be done in 5 days? That's a mindset that we have. We all go to office on Monday and we work till Friday evening. Incidentally, I'm recording this video on a Friday evening. So the feeling of 1 week completed, some things achieved, small things, medium things, but big things in a week looks a bit unlikely to me. Maybe over 2 weeks, over 3 weeks, over 4 weeks, we achieve big things, we solve big problems. But 1 week looks very little for solving a big problem. That was my mindset. And that's why I didn't pick this book at all. I saw this book for the first time many months back in a bookstore, but I did not open the book and browse through the pages. I thought, okay, fine, this is yet another management book, which is just giving some theory, which will not work in the real life. That was my mindset. But later, one of my friends recommended this book very strongly to me. He said that, okay, your mindset may be that a big problem needs 15 days, 20 days, 25 days, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it may be. But this book is not a theoretical book. The authors, they have tried this in many cases, not just software industry use cases, even in other industry problems. So they have tried to run something called as a sprint, which is strictly 5 days. In fact, it's not 5 days into 24 hours. 5 days into a reasonable time, 7 hours or 8 hours or whatever it is. So in a very reasonable time frame, they have tried to crack many big problems and they have succeeded in it also. End of 1 week, they will not have a perfectly working product which can go to market and then earn millions and millions of dollars. But that 1 week gives them focus. In fact, the book lays out some ground rules, like you should not be working on anything else that week. You should be focusing entirely on that big problem. And people with differing skill sets, people with different viewpoints of that problem, they're all gathering in a room and then only thinking about that problem. And they're using a structured approach. What needs to be done on day 1? What needs to be done on day 2? And so on. And they basically agree on what problem needs to be solved. Then they look at many solutions. And then they arrive at these are the solution. This is the solution, or these are the 2-3 solutions that we want to actually build. Then they build a small prototype. And then finally, they even test it with a set of customers. Yeah, I mean, it looks unbelievable that somebody can do all these things in 5 days. But believe me, after reading the book, I have become a believer of this framework. I haven't tried it in real life yet. I didn't get a chance. Maybe I'll do it in future. But the point is, the book is, now I'm convinced that it is not just a theory book. It would work in a practical scenario if done the right way. In fact, the authors have given a very nice set of, I would call it a checklist or a cheat sheet or whatever way you want to call it. They've given a very nice sheet towards the end of the book. If you follow it without questioning, then definitely by the end of 5th day, you would have made some decent progress. Of course, the book also talks about some mistakes that people might make when going through the sprint process and how to avoid them and so on. But the summary is that a sprint gives you an opportunity to attack a big problem and think about within that big problem, what are the different questions that you want to answer? And to answer those questions, what are the tests that you want to run? To run those tests, What are the prototypes that you need, and then build that prototype. When I say build, it's not the perfect prototype, it's whatever is doable in that framework, and then show it to customers and then gather their feedback, so that end of the week you can make a decision. Okay, this is something which is working, we should continue in this direction, or this is something which is not working because of ABC reasons, we should improve it. And then later you can have one more sprint in which you can fine tune things and so on. And this can be done in many industries. Probably software industry is something which uses it heavily because it started there, but definitely the book has many non-IT examples also. The biggest takeaway from this book, according to me, is the structured thinking process that it brings. So we think about problems in a certain way. We think about solutions in a certain way. The book gives a fantastic framework to weigh in those problems and agree on what needs to be solved first, or what needs to be solved in these 5 days, so that you have the answer. When you have a big problem, it doesn't mean every aspect of the problem needs to be addressed immediately. Maybe like a 80-20 rule, there is one particular or one or two aspects. If you're able to solve those one or two aspects, the problems will become much more manageable. And the sprint framework gives you a way to identify those aspects of the problem, or the questions that you want to answer, or the answers you want to have by the end of the week, so that you can proceed with more confidence. Once you know what questions you want to answer, then the book tells how to use the power of the group, yet each member, each participating member acts as an individual contributor and comes up with more and more solutions. Then as a group, the group analyzes all those solutions and arrives at, okay, this is one solution that looks really doable. This is something which I want to try, or 2-3 things I want to try. What if there is a conflict? What if there are a couple of solutions and you don't know which one you should focus on? Again, the book gives a very nice framework which can be used to arrive at, within those 2-3 conflicting solutions, which is something which will give you the maximum value. And the book also introduces a very interesting concept whereby, even though you're going there as a group and you're working as a group, the sprint framework nicely uses the power of individuality and the power of group and the power of decision maker. There is a decision maker in the room, and he or she is the final, they have the final say in saying, okay, this is the problem we want to solve. If there is a conflict between 2 problems, he or she decides which problem they want to attack. If there is a conflict between 2 or 3 solutions, he or she is the one who decides, okay, this is the solution we want to build. And then we sit and build it. Even when building, we are agreeing on what is the minimum that we can build, which is demonstrable and feedback can be collected. So you're not trying to build an entire web application or a mobile application or a big machine in 5 days. That will be practically impossible. But you are building some prototype, which is a good representation of the final solution that you want to actually test. For example, if you want a machine to be made, instead of making the machine in 1 week or 1.5 days, which is practically impossible, you prepare, let's say, a brochure about the machine and show the brochure to a couple of prospects and hear their feedback. And that will give you a clue. If I make a machine like this by investing, let's say, many months or a couple of years, how will the market see it? What will they look for in the machine? So knowing all that in 5 days gives you the confidence to take risk, and you're able to try it with confidence, because you've tried a smaller version of that as a mini prototype in 5 days. You've tested it, you've spoken to the real customers or end users of your solution, and now you have more confidence that you're moving in the right direction. Or what is the worst thing that can happen? Maybe whatever solution that we thought would work will be totally rejected by our testing group. That is also fine. It's a 5-day investment that you are talking about, not months and months of investment and then seeing a failure. It's better to see a failure after 5 days and realizing that what we wanted to do is not what the market wants. That's the power of this book. And in addition, the book gives many small ideas, which I would say are amazing. You don't have to really run a full sprint. You can take these small ideas and then implement them in your real life meetings or conversations with your fellow workers and stuff like that. For example, I'll say something which comes to my mind immediately when I think about this book. There is one section in the book where the authors are talking about giving post-its to people and asking them to write their questions or ideas or whatever in the post-its. This is common. We do it in every meeting. But the authors are actually specifically saying, give them markers, which thick markers, which write, like when you use a thick marker, you can only write a few words in a post-it. You cannot write a full novel or a short story in a post-it. Whereas if you give a normal pen, somebody can write in very small letters and then write a big paragraph in a post-it. But when they are given the marker, which only allows you to write big letters, you are forced to think about your idea well before putting it in paper. So instead of saying something in 50 words, you learn to say it in 10 words or 12 words or something like that, which makes you think a lot before putting your idea in the post-it. Very simple idea, but super powerful. I felt that that restriction created, the pen writes with big fonts only, makes you think and present it in the best possible manner. A small change of pen brings you that result. So this is just a one idea. You may think of it as a silly idea also, but the book is full of such ideas. Every page, every paragraph, every chapter is giving you some idea or other like this, which is really unique. And the way the authors make best use of the 30-35 hours of time that they get inside the sprint room is amazing. It really is like a race. You are racing against time to solve a big problem, and you are really becoming creative. You are becoming resourceful. You're doing so many things. The authors are very particular. Use this type of paper, use this type of pen, use this type of a room, use this type of arrangement. You have this kind of lunch, have this kind of snacks. They are becoming really, really prescriptive and giving us so many ways to make best use of that time available. Suddenly, from thinking of, hey, 5 days is too little, by the time you finish reading this book, you think, hey, 5 days is a lot. I can take really big problems and then do something meaningful in 5 days. So that's a big lesson that I learned from this book, and it's an amazing book. I actually listened to this book in Audible. I did not read a printed book, but definitely as a printed book also, it would make sense. In fact, I feel I should buy a printed book copy as well, because there's so much that you want to underline, that you want to really follow, try, collect feedback, and then improve, and so on. So my recommendation is for you to give this book a go without worrying about 5 days looking too small. Like I said, by the middle of the book, you'll really realize if you have the focus, 5 days is a lot and you can achieve a lot. So this is my thought after reading the book. I'll try to implement it in an appropriate problem in my work life or in my personal life, and I'll share my feedback in a future video. Thank you.